Step down and leave everything else there. We'll take care of it.
Thank you.
Sure, no problem. Prosecutor.
Thank you, Judge. The state calls Officer David Marino.
Okay. Sir, just watch your step as you come up. You put your left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay. Once you sit down and you're comfortable, can you state your full name for the record and spell your last name, please?
David Marino Jr., M-A-R-I-N-O.
Okay. Prosecutor, go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning, Officer.
Good morning.
Where are you employed?
Ocean Township Police Department.
In what capacity?
Police Officer Patrol.
Now, how long have you been a police officer for?
I started my police career in 2013, and in 2015, I started in Ocean Township.
Okay, I'm just going to ask you to keep your voice up because I'm having trouble hearing.
2015, I started in Ocean Township, and that's when I started as a patrolman here.
Okay. Now, did you have to go to the police academy?
Yes, I did that in 2013. I went through with Belmar.
Okay. Did you work anywhere after the police academy in your law enforcement capacity?
Yes, I worked in Belmar as a Class 2, and after, correct, that was 2012 I went through Academy. I did 2012 to 13 in Belmar, and from there I went to Englishtown from 2013 to 2015 for 2 years, and then I got hired in Ocean Township.
What are your responsibilities as a patrolman with the Ocean Township Police Department?
We respond to any calls that come in, whether it be a motor vehicle accident, a domestic, or a theft. We're the first ones that normally will respond.
I want to draw your attention now back to November 20th of 2018. Do you recall that date?
Yes,
Were you on duty?
I was.
What shift were you working?
I was working night shift,
And what is the night shift?
7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Right. Now, while you were working during that time, were you driving a certain type of vehicle?
Yes, I believe it was in a Dodge Charger.
Okay, was it a marked patrol vehicle?
Yes, it was.
And how were you dressed?
And I believe this uniform was in full Class A uniform.
Did you have, and the other officers, have radios?
Yes.
Okay, can you explain where those radios would be?
Our radios are on our hips and on our lapels. We can either keep it up here or we can keep them on our hips. And they're also in the vehicles.
And what did you use those radios for?
To communicate back and forth with dispatch and other officers to let them know where we are, what calls we're going to, and who needs to respond.
At 5:02 a.m., what, if any, notifications did you receive?
Possible structure fire
And how did you receive that notification?
via radio.
When you say you received a notification for possible structure fire, did you get any more information?
While I was responding, I'm not sure if I got anything extra from a working structure fire. Right before I arrived, another officer came on the radio stating that there was a structure fire confirmed, and that was the other information that I got.
Okay, did you learn where the structure fire was?
Yes,
Where was that?
it was on Tilton Drive.
Okay, and specifically, was there a house number?
27?
27 Tilton Drive? Did you say yes?
Yes.
Okay. How did that call initially come in?
It was a possible structure fire.
I guess what I'm asking is, when you received the notification at 5:02 a.m.,
Yes.
do you know how that call came in, how you got that notification?
It came from, I believe, county notified our dispatch, and then our dispatch notified us.
Okay, so what time was county notified?
I want to say, I believe it was 4:59.
Okay, so county's notified at 4:59, you get the dispatch at 5:02?
Yes.
Okay. As a result of receiving the dispatch, is that when you responded to 27 Tilton?
That is correct.
About what time did you arrive on scene to 27 Tilton Drive?
Approximately 3 to 4 minutes later, so 5:05, 5:06.
Now, were there any other officers already on scene when you arrived?
Yes, there was Patrolman Redmond and Patrolman Winkowski.
Was anyone else on scene when you arrived?
Yes, Fireman Chris Sorrentino.
Okay. What fire department was he from?
One is in Wanamassa.
Do you recall how he was dressed?
Plain clothes.
Who was the patrol sergeant in charge that morning?
That was Malone, Sergeant Malone.
Sergeant Malone. And when did he arrive?
He arrived, I'd say, approximately within 5 to 10 minutes when I got there. In that time frame, I would think, 10 minutes.
Now, when you arrived, where did you park your vehicle in relation to 27 Tilton Drive?
I parked south, approximately a house and a half, 2 houses south of their residence, and I parked on the east side of the road.
So if you're facing their house, south would be to which way?
To the right.
To the right?
Correct.
And you said you were facing which way?
I was also facing, my vehicle was facing south.
South would be continue to the right?
To the right, yes.
Okay. What, if any, observations did you make when you initially arrived on scene?
When I first arrived on scene, I was able to see that there was flames coming from the back right corner of the house. If you're looking at it, they were in the back area and they were engulfing a gas meter that was there.
As a result of those observations, what did you first do?
We contacted natural gas to come out to respond because it was engulfing the meter, and we also started evacuating nearby houses.
When you first made the observations of that back right corner where you say the fire was, who else was over there?
Over there was Winkowski and Sorrentino.
Okay, when you say Winkowski, the jury doesn't know. Who is he?
That's Patrolman Winkowski. He's a patrol officer with us.
With the Ocean Township Police Department?
Yes, he was on the scene as well.
And you said Fireman Sorrentino was there?
Yes, Sorrentino was there as well.
Did you approach that area?
Yes, I did. That was the first area I went to.
Okay. Now, did you have any concerns about that particular area based on the observations that you just told us about?
Yes, specifically the gas meter.
And what were your concerns about the gas meter?
Well, the gas line was right there, so the concern was that it could possibly explode or start leaking and make the fire that much worse. So we had to make sure we contained that.
Okay. After you called the gas company, what did you do?
After I called the gas company, I then walked across the street to where I spoke with Susan Caneiro first, and I asked her to move her vehicle. So there was a vehicle parked across the street with people standing outside of it, and it was too close to the scene and the active fire. So I had to move further down the street. That way the fire engines and firefighters can come and do what they had to do in that front immediate area.
When you say parked across the street, it was parked across the street from where?
From their house.
From their house, okay. And which way would the vehicle have been facing?
It was facing south.
When you said you saw Susan Caneiro?
Yes.
Okay. When you saw her, where was she?
She was standing outside of her vehicle.
Okay. Near which side?
The driver's side.
The driver's side, okay. And what, if anything, did you ask her to do at that point?
I asked her to move her vehicle further down the road, so that way she wasn't in the main area.
Okay. And did she, in fact, move the vehicle further down the road?
Yes, she did.
Okay. Do you remember where the vehicle was moved to?
They actually moved further down the road and parked right next to my vehicle.
Okay. So it would be further south?
Correct. They were north of my vehicle.
On which side of the street?
They were on the east side of the street.
Is that the side of the street that 27 Tilton is on?
Correct.
And was their car facing 27 Tilton or facing a different direction?
It was facing, when they parked there, 27 Tilton.
Okay. Did you see anybody else in the car when you approached it and Susan was outside?
No, at that point I did not.
No, you didn't see anyone else in the car?
No, I did not see anyone else in the
Okay.
car.
At some point, did you learn the occupants' names of 27 Tilton?
Yes, I did.
And what was that?
There's Susan Caneiro, Paul Caneiro, Caitlin Caneiro, and Marissa Caneiro.
Once the vehicle was moved, and I guess I should ask you, what type of vehicle was that?
It was a Porsche SUV, a white Porsche SUV.
Okay. Once the vehicle was moved, what, if anything, did you do?
After the vehicle was moved, I then had to I was walking around the perimeter making sure that the scene was safe. And then shortly after that, I had to get their information.
Okay. Now, at any point on scene, did you see any of the officers making any efforts to do anything with regard to the neighboring houses?
Yes, they were trying to evac the houses. They were going knocking, seeing if anyone was home, because the surrounding nearby houses they had to get everyone out of in case the fire started to spread.
Were there any other vehicles parked in the driveway of 27 Tilton that morning?
Yes.
Do you recall any of those vehicles?
Yes, there was a Jeep Wrangler, a Porsche, I believe 911, and and then another Porsche SUV, I believe a Macan.
Okay. You indicated a few minutes ago that at some point you said you spoke to the individuals in the car that moved?
Yes.
Okay, and just who was that, to clarify?
I spoke with Susan Caneiro and Paul Caneiro.
When you spoke with them, was their car already moved from across the street? Were you...
Yes.
Okay. What was the purpose of your speaking with them?
To get their credentials, just to know who they were, who was inside of the house, and what happened that they saw before they exited the house.
Now, back in November of 2018, were you and other officers wearing body-worn cameras?
Yes, we were.
Okay. What is a body-worn camera?
Body-worn camera is a camera you wear normally in the center of your chest that's able to see everything and hear everything that you see and hear that could be documented later.
Did you have the opportunity, were you wearing it that morning?
Yes, I was.
Was it activated?
Yes, it was.
Did you have the opportunity to review that body-worn camera prior to today?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and what you reviewed, was it fair and accurate, an accurate depiction of what took place that morning?
Yes, it was.
And do you know if the conversation that you had with Paul Caneiro was captured on that body-worn camera that you just indicated?
It was.
Now, does the first minute and 30 seconds of your body-worn camera, does that capture your initial observations as to when you arrive on scene?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And were certain portions of your body-worn camera clipped for purposes of trial today?
Yes, they were.
I'm showing counsel what's been marked as S74. This is his body-worn camera. Judge, may I approach?
Okay.
I'm showing you what's been marked as S74. Do you recognize that?
Yes.
And what is that?
That is my body-worn camera footage.
Judge, the state would seek permission to publish right now the first minute and 30 seconds.
Any objection? You can.
That's not gonna work. That's not doing anything.
Can we stop for a second? Let's get the volume correct. Anna, can we turn the volume up? Thank you.
I'm at mass.
That's not gonna work.
Officer, just explain to us, what are we looking at?
Right now is when I just exited my vehicle and I was walking towards 27 Tilton.
Okay, so just orient us if you could. You're walking toward 27 Tilton. Where would 27 Tilton be?
If you look in the top right corner, about midway down, you'll see a little bit of orange. That's actually the residence. I believe that's the smoke and the fire that you're seeing right now.
Okay, we're paused at timestamp .03. What are those lights back there that you see on screen?
Those headlights, those are the Porsches, the vehicle that's parked across the street.
Okay, is that the vehicle you referred to before?
Yes, that's the one that Susan was in front of that I had to remove.
Thank you.
That's not doing anything.
Pausing it at 0.17 seconds. Blurry, but what are we looking at right now in that? If you're facing the screen, the sort of top right corner?
That is the back right corner of the house, and that is the fire that you're seeing coming up the side.
Sorry, who was that officer right there?
It's Charlie Winkowski.
Okay, thank you. And that was paused at 0.31 seconds.
293 Ocean.
Hey, you want me to get them out?
Yes, yes. Get them out, we'll get the neighbor.
Yeah, I think we're enough.
Start getting neighbors evacuated. Can you guys go somewhere further away? So it looks like a gas meter.
Who is this individual on scene at timestamp 54 seconds?
Susan Caneiro.
Okay, and the car that she's next to, Is that the car you were referring to before?
Yes, it was.
And the car is facing in what direction?
It's facing south.
Thank you.
Okay, so get on the street. Mayor, go away. And across the street, things good? Okay, I just moved them to get further away for right now. Is anyone answering that?
Thank you. Was that the first minute and 30 seconds of your body-worn camera?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Now, what other agencies responded to the scene shortly after that?
We had the Oakhurst Fire Department, Wanamassa Fire Department, and several EMS crews, I believe, arrived on scene.
Okay. Now, I know you said it before, but did there come a time when you spoke with the occupants in the car?
Yes, there was.
Okay. And about how much later was that from the time that you arrived on scene?
9 minutes.
Okay. Do you know if that conversation was captured on your body-worn camera?
It was.
Specifically, when you spoke to the occupants, did you speak to Mr. Caneiro?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And did he make any statements to you?
Yes.
Judge, at this time, the state would seek to pass out the transcript of S-75, which is the body-worn camera, 8 minutes, 20 seconds to 12 minutes, as well as publish that portion.
Any objection?
Can I just see? Yes. The transcript?
What's this marked as again, the transcript?
S-75, Judge?
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going to provide you with a transcript. The transcript is an aid for you to look at, to understand what people are saying. However, it's your responsibility to listen, to watch the video, and you decide exactly what's being said or not said. So if you hear something different than what you hear on the see in the transcript, you actually would rely on your own recollection as to what you're seeing, because the evidence here will be the actual video, the body-worn camera. It's not going to be the transcript. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. You can go ahead. We're going to give those out to the jurors at this point.
And cancel a copy, just so I could approach Judge.
Sure. Thank you. Also, for the record purposes, the first clip in the exhibits was S-74A, which is that first clip. The transcript we're giving out relates to 74B, which is the time frame of 8:20 to 12 minutes.
And then Judge, at this point, seek permission to play S-74C.
You can. C or B?
I'm sorry, B.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I just want to ask you, we're pausing it at 29 seconds. Your car is parked where in relation to the Porsche?
South of it.
So is that behind it or?
Yeah, it's right behind
Okay, so
it.
if we're looking at it, it's behind it?
Yes.
And which way was your car facing? Was it facing their car or away?
believe I was facing away, if I recall correctly.
You can say the bad one. That's it. You can say the bad one if you're asking me. What's your name? Date of birth? Phone number?
Pause for a second. Does it have a skip, or do we have an issue? Okay, just want to make sure. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just deal with that real fast. So if you see something like that on the screen, there may be a legal decision that had to be made, that there's certain areas that would have to be redacted so you would not see that. I don't want you to be concerned about that at all. You should assume that the court had to make a determination one way or another, and it's not for your consideration at all. You're just looking at this as like it's just straight going across, even though it may have been redacted for some reason. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? Yes. All right, thank you. Go ahead.
Yourself. Say yourself. Did you guys have more with like your chest pick? You want to, I'm doing some, okay, do you want to take that? It's like you, if you want to take a look at it, see if you want to take it. What, and here's in the house. Okay, what is in there? Caitlin and Marissa. Caitlin, K-A-T-E-L-I-N. K-A-T-E-L-I-N. And Marissa. What's Marissa's date of birth? And Caitlin's? Okay, so... Sure on is this? You said asthma? Yeah. Okay. I was making sure it's not smoke related. Yeah, no. Okay. So what is that trap that you're sleeping in? Sleeping had the alarm from the house is full of smoke. Yeah. I didn't even see the smoke at first. We saw the smoke right away. Oh my God, it was just so quick. Your mom is going right out of the house. We don't have any of our shoes. But, anything else? And you didn't see any claims inside or anything that you said smoke? No, I didn't. Now you got every so got your daughters with dogs? Yeah. That's where my That's why I saw when I came outside, I saw the flame. Is there anything like down there? No. Okay. Alright, so I wouldn't do that. Fire out? No, there's something. It's inside of the roof, we have to go inside.
Firefighters, it was hard to see. Who were the two individuals that you were talking to that we saw on the screen?
I saw Susan Caneiro and Paul Caneiro.
Okay. After you spoke to Mr. and Mrs. Caneiro, where did you go?
After that, I believe I walked back to the south side of the house. I was looking at the fire scene that was going on, and was just checking the perimeter.
Did there come a certain point in time when your attention was directed to a particular area of 27 Tilton Drive?
Yes, there was.
And what was that?
That was the garage portion of the house that my attention was brought to by Sergeant Jeff Malone.
Okay. Can you describe the driveway and the garage as it looked that morning?
Driveway, as you walked up the driveway, there was a Jeep parked facing the backyard, so that was facing east, and then the driveway would open up a little bit wider so that cars could face the house, the garage of the house, which was south. So there was 2 cars facing the garage, and there was 1 car that was facing the backyard.
When you went over to that area, what, if any, observations did you make of that area?
After we walked up past the vehicles, there was a red gas can that was on its side. There was also burn marks on the door trim of the garage door area, and there was burn marks and gas on the Porsche Macan, and there was smoke damage as well on it.
Okay, so if you're over by the garage area, where was the fire that you observed when you initially got there? Where would that be in location to the garage area?
If I'm looking at the garage closest to me, and I'm looking inside the doors, it was back left would be where the flames originally were.
Were your observations that you just described over by the garage, were they captured on your body-worn camera?
Yes.
Okay. Judge, permission to play maybe S74C.
Okay.
Just to orient us, what are we looking at here?
Right now, we're looking at 27 Tilton, where that tree is on the side of the house you're seeing towards the back portion. That actually is, I believe, smoke and fire damage. That is the back corner that was on fire.
And whose driveway is that everybody is in?
That's the neighbor's house. That's 1 house south.
Is that you writing on the pad?
Yes, it is.
Who's the individual that you're following?
That is Sergeant Malone.
Pause it, please. It's paused at timestamp 2 minutes, 7 seconds. What are we looking at in this picture?
We're looking at the garage of 27 Tilton.
Okay, now just for purposes of the record, are the garage doors open or shut or something else?
1 door is open, 1 door is shut.
Which one? The one on the
The
right?
east door, which is the left door in this video, is the one that's open. The right door is closed.
Okay, you can continue, thank you. Officer, are you able to identify from this clip, it's 2 minutes and 17 seconds, which car you were referring to when you said the Porsche Macan?
The further one in the back, the second vehicle that you're seeing, the SUV.
Okay. And what is that red item on the ground?
That is a gas can.
Thank you. garage where the cars were?
Yes.
What, if anything, was done to that area shortly after you made those observations?
After that, we put caution tape up and around it to secure the scene.
Did there come a time when you took possession of anything from the garage area that we just observed?
Yes, there was.
And what was that?
A DVR unit.
Okay. Where specifically did you take possession of that from within the garage?
If you first walk into that garage door that you saw open, it is the back left corner, and it was on top of, I believe, a refrigerator, where there was something that was stacked on top of.
Did you have a role in taking that DVR?
Yes, I was handed it from, we had another officer, Patrolman Bones, that climbed up, and he was able to unhook the DVRs, and then he handed them to me, and then I went and placed them and secured them in my locked vehicle.
Okay, and just for purposes of completeness, who requested that you take that DVR?
That was Sergeant Jeff Malone.
Okay. How did you learn where the DVR was located within the garage?
That was from Patrolman Bernhard. He went and spoke with Mr. Caneiro, and he got the information from him, who was relayed to me.
Okay, and once you took possession of the DVR, what, if anything, did you do with it?
I took it and I brought it to my vehicle, my patrol vehicle, and I put it in the trunk, which was locked.
Okay, are you referring to your patrol vehicle that was parked behind the car that the Caneiros were in?
Yes.
Okay. Who ultimately took possession of that DVR from you?
That would be Detective Catalano from the prosecutor's office.
When you walked over to your vehicle to place the DVR inside of it?
Yes.
And I think you said it was where did you put it?
In the trunk. They were locked in the rear.
Okay. Did you pass anyone?
Yes, I did.
No.
The Caneiros were still in their vehicle, Paul's in the driver's seat.
After you secured the DVR system in your trunk, where did you go?
After that, I went back to the garage.
When you went back to the garage, who was over there at that point?
Now, Fire Marshal Flanagan was there.
Anyone else? If you recall.
The other officers, there was Officer, I believe, Redmond there, and Bernhard, I'm not sure who else.
Okay. And if you watched your body-worn camera, would that refresh your memory?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know specifically why Fire Marshal Flanagan was over there?
I believe he was being pointed towards the gas can and the fires that we were seeing on the other side.
Okay. Judge, at this time, the state seeks permission to publish S-74D.
Any objection? Okay.
The two officers we're looking at, to the left and the right, you could,
To the left is Sergeant Malone, to the right is Patrolman Redmond.
and what is Patrolman Redmond holding?
The DVR units, we were trying to figure out which ones were the correct ones.
So had it already been taken at that point?
Yes, it was already
Okay.
taken
And I think
down.
you said it was on the, someplace, where did you say it was?
It was on the top of a refrigerator or something in the back corner, the back left corner of the garage, if you're walking in through the open door.
Thank you. Is this you walking?
Yes, it is.
What are you holding in your hands?
The DVR unit, as well as wires.
And is there another box too?
Yes, there was.
So you had two items?
Correct.
What was the other thing?
I'm not sure if that was the router. From there, I do not know what that was.
Who is this gentleman in plain clothing?
That is Chris Sorrentino. That was the first firefighter on scene.
officer?
That was Patrolman Bernhard.
Can we pause it for a moment? We're paused at 2 minutes and 11 seconds. That car, do you see a car in front of you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, whose car is that?
That is the Caneiro's vehicle that they were in.
Was it in the same location there as it was when you first spoke to them?
Yes. Well, after I got their information, yes.
Is that the trunk of your car?
Yes, it is.
What are you doing right now?
I'm putting the DVRs and the wires for them inside the trunk of my car.
Who is this individual?
That's another firefighter who is also the captain of our department, Restar.
Where are you right now?
The garage of 27 Tilton.
Can you pause it? I'm sorry, can you come back? A little bit more. to the, if you're facing the screen all the way to the right, like halfway in the garage, who's that man?
That is Flanagan. Fire Marshal.
Flanagan? Okay, and are there other officers on scene as well over there?
Yes, to the left where you see the light, that's Patrolman Bones, and I'm not sure who that is
Okay.
beyond him.
Good, continue. Thank you. Do you know if Fire Marshal Flanagan was made aware at that point that the DVR had been removed from the garage?
I believe I told him that we took the DVR.
How long was Fire Marshal Flanagan over by that garage area from the time you got back there?
Or so, 2 minutes, because then he went, I believe he had to go speak with someone.
Okay, do you know who he went to speak to?
Yes,
Who?
Paul Caneiro,
Okay, and how do you know that?
because he was told that he was advised he was asking who the homeowners were, and he wanted to go speak with them.
Now, were any detectives from the Ocean Township Police Department notified that morning of this scene?
Yes, Detective Brady,
Okay, and why was Detective Brady notified?
because he was the on-call detective, and now with the gas can that we saw and the separate fire on that side, it became suspicious, and we are now possibly looking at a crime.
Okay, but just to be clear, I mean, just to be 100% clear at this point, was there any person in particular that you had suspicions about at that point on scene?
No,
Okay. Who was the scene ultimately turned over to?
the prosecutor's office.
Okay, and how long were you on scene for?
I believe I stayed on scene until approximately 9:30, holding scene security.
Nothing further?
Cross? Sure.
Sorry, Judge, may I take the transcripts? Is it back from the jurors? I completely forgot.
Yeah, we could, just pass them down to the end if you don't mind. And yeah, you can come get them. Thank you. This way. Thanks. I just got them. Mr. Decker has them. Thanks.
Morning, sir. So, let's start with a little bit of a timeline. You testified on direct that you got a call from dispatch at 5:02 a.m.
Yes,
Okay. And you explained to the jurors that that call from dispatch originated from a call from the county?
yes,
Okay. And so it was the county that notified dispatch and the dispatch that notified you?
correct.
Okay. And the county call came in at 4:59, you said?
Yes,
And once you learned at 5:02 that there was a potential fire at 27 Tilton, you then responded.
correct.
And I think you indicated it took you about 3 or 4 minutes to get there, so you estimate you got there approximately, let's say, 5:06.
Yes, in that
Okay.
time.
Yes. And so, obviously, if the call to the county came in at 5:59 and your call from dispatch came at 5:02, you had no knowledge of this fire prior to that, right?
Correct,
You were not on scene prior to 4:59 or 5:02, correct?
Correct.
Because in fact, you were not on scene until approximately 5:06 a.m.
correct.
And when you got there, who was already there?
There was Chris Sorrentino, who was a firefighter. We had Patrolman Charles Wankowski and Patrolman Bernhard.
Okay. And are you aware who got there first?
I am not, I know Wankowski and the Bernhard, they got there almost very similar times, but I was on the other side from where I believe they arrived.
What about Redmond?
Yes, Redmond. Sorry, Redmond, not Bernhard. Redmond was there before him.
Okay. So, was Bernhard there before you or after you?
After me.
After.
That was a misspeak of the names, yeah.
Got it. Okay. So just so I understand, so you get there at approximately 5:06, and the people who are already there
Yes.
are Chris Sorrentino,
Yes.
who is like a fire from the fire.
Correct.
Was it Oakhurst?
Oakhurst, Wanamassa, Oakhurst, yes.
Okay. He's like a fire person from Oakhurst, and then we have officers Wankowski and Redmond, who are from Ocean Township.
Yes.
Okay. And so the three of them must have gotten there sometime between 5:02 and 5:06.
Yes.
Okay. And as far as you know, the four of you were the first responders to that scene,
Yes.
right? There wasn't anyone before the four of you, was there?
I believe so.
Okay. And when we saw the body-worn camera footage, we watched a few different clips, correct?
Yes.
But those clips came from like a longer video, right?
Correct.
And that video was your body-worn camera that was running while you were on scene.
Yes.
Okay. And why did you turn your body-worn camera on when you first arrived?
Because when we get to scenes, we were supposed to activate our cameras when we are arriving at the call or on the way to the call, and that's the reason I activated them.
Okay. And so what we saw was sort of like clips from the span of about, can we say the first maybe 50 minutes, like close to an hour, but not quite an hour?
Yes.
Okay. And you saw it was dark out, right?
Yes.
Okay. Is it fair to say that it was pretty dark?
Yes.
Okay. And when you had your first interaction with the Caneiros, specifically it was Susan Caneiro, right?
Yes.
We saw the video.
Yes.
And when we watched that video, what we saw was you were asking Susan to move the car further down the road, correct?
Yes.
Because you were concerned that the car was too close to the scene.
Yes.
And you relayed that to them.
Yes.
And specifically, what you said to Susan was, "Can you guys go somewhere further away? Because it looks like the gas meter." That's what you said,
Yes.
right? Okay. And I don't want to speculate as to what you meant by that, but you did testify that the fire was near the gas meter, correct? And so were you essentially saying you need to move down the road because this is dangerous, potentially?
Yes.
Okay. And so that's why you related to them, because it looks like the gas meter. Those were your words.
Yes, because
But you didn't actually explain to them in more specifics. You just wanted them to move the car. That was your priority.
yes.
So you weren't like, it wasn't, you did not say to them, the fire happens to be near the gas meter, we're worried about that. You just said, it looks like the gas meter, please move.
Yes.
Okay. And now, that was your first conversation, and it was very brief.
Yes.
It was about another 9 minutes later, I think you said, that you had your second interaction with them.
Yes.
Okay. And during the second interaction, that's the one where we had the transcript, the purpose of that interaction was to get what, pedigree information?
Yes.
To make sure they were okay?
Yes.
And that's when you met, did you meet all four of the Caneiros at that point?
I didn't speak with the daughters. I only really met with Paul and Susan, who were outside of the vehicle.
Okay. And when you met with them, you asked for simple things like their phone number and their date of birth and things like that.
Yes.
And then you asked, did you guys inhale smoke or anything? Is your chest tight? Again, trying to ascertain whether there were any injuries.
Yes.
And what Paul Caneiro says in direct response to that question is, I hit my hand somehow.
Yes.
Okay? And so he volunteers that information to you, right?
Yes.
Okay. And he's letting you know that's the only injury that he's aware anyone has.
Yes.
and you ask him if he wants an ambulance to check him out, and he says to you, you know, I don't know, what do you think? He wasn't sure. Is that fair?
Yes.
And then ultimately, I don't know if if someone gave him like an ice pack of some sort? I think, is that what
I'm
happened?
not sure after that, because he said, him and Susan said they didn't need any medical attention at the time. So I didn't, my involvements with medical on them was ended there.
Okay. But there was no further discussion about the hand at that point, right?
No.
Okay. And he did not say he burned his hand, right? He said, I hit it.
Yes, I believe his hit hurt. It's kind of really hard to exactly hear, but yes, he said hit his hand or hurt his hand.
Do you want to see the transcript? Will that help?
You can show me it, yes.
Do you have the one marked that we... So I'm going to approach with what's been previously marked for identification as S75, and I'm just going to direct your attention. This is a transcript of the body worn camera footage, just the clip we saw of the interview.
Okay.
And I'm going to just direct your attention to line 39. Line 36 is your question about, is that, you know, and then 39 says, I hit my hand somehow.
Okay, yep.
Okay. Now, he also tells you during that interaction, he mentions like, oh my God, the smoke was so thick.
Yes.
And he also notes to you that they don't even, like, they kind of ran out of the house. He doesn't even have shoes on.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes.
And in any event, after you speak with them, is that when you're shown or was it before or after you speak with them that you're shown the small fire by the garage?
After I spoke with him, I was shown that.
After, okay. Do we have like a photo just that shows like the garage? Just like before. The phone.
Library of S1A.
Can we have the back prosecutor's table? Okay, so I just wanted to orient ourselves. What we can see in this photo is the front of 27 Tilton, correct?
You need to tell us what photo it is for the record.
I'm so sorry. It's S1-1A3.
Okay.
This is the front of 27 Tilton, correct?
Yes.
Okay. This is obviously during daylight hours, right?
Yes.
Okay. But you're familiar with it?
Yes.
And what we see on the left side of the screen is the garage, right?
Yes.
And we see the two garage doors.
I see the one on the right. The one on the left looks like it's obstructed by the two pieces coming out, the trim pieces, but yes, you can see the garage doors.
Okay. And to be clear, like this wasn't, I'm not saying this is how it was when you first saw it or anything. This is just a photo taken later, right?
Yes.
But just to orient ourselves, the garage door to the far left, right?
Yes.
Sort of, I'm just going to point on the screen, kind of where the tip of this Porsche vehicle and the bottom of the left garage door, this is where that small fire was, right?
Yes, it was all the way to the left side of that garage door. It was
Do you
leaning
want to
almost against
circle it on the screen? Would that be helpful?
Yes.
Just where you saw that small fire? Okay.
As best as I can
That's
make
the
it with
point
this
across.
little bit, yeah.
All right, and then on this side here, now this is the right side of the house,
Correct.
if you're looking at it.
Yes.
And then the smoke was coming out the back side, right? The fire?
Yes.
Like we can't see that part of the house in this photo, right?
Correct.
Because it's behind, it's like the back corner,
Yes.
right? Okay. So, just to make sure we're on the same page here, there's two separate fires, right?
Yes.
In this house. And the main fire, the big one, is the one we really can't see because it's behind the right side of, it's the back right of the house.
Yes.
Correct? And then there's this small fire that evidently occurred by the garage, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, as you're on scene, you can take it down.
Hold on for a minute. Sir, so that we all understand, are you talking about the first bay?
No, these further bay towards the backyard.
So it's the back bay?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Because it's hard to see from that photograph. So everyone understand we're talking about the back bay? All right. So we can have that marked as 3.1. Slide 3.1.
We also see in this photo that the crime scene tape is up, right?
Yes.
And I think you mentioned that on direct. You said that the crime scene tape was put up to secure the area, right?
Yes.
Then I'll back up for a second. So, patrolman, so who shows you the fire? Is it Redmond, or the area of the garage, is it Redmond?
That was Sergeant Jeff Malone.
Sergeant Malone. So Sergeant Malone brings you to the garage area where the fire at that point had been extinguished, right?
Correct.
And he shows you some things, right?
Yes.
And the things he shows you are, number one, the gas can that we saw in your video, it was like laying on the ground, right?
Yes.
Can we actually, so I think it was S74D. The state had paused it at 6:05. Can we get it back up? Oh yes, sir, do you mind hitting undo? It's on the right, the bottom right corner. It's hard to see there.
Here it is. Yes. There we go.
6:05. Right there is good. Now, if we can just, I don't know if you can like tap your screen to get the bottom, so you can see the bottom. I don't know if I can do that. Oh, okay, do that. Let's minimize it. There we go. Okay. So, sir, we see the gas can in the photo, in the still frame of the body-worn camera, right?
Yes.
Can you circle the gas can, please? And maybe don't maximize it, but drag it out so that like it covers most of the screen, so she can print it. You know what? Let's try again. Do you mind hitting undo?
Sure.
And we're just going to make this bigger to cover more of the screen. You can't like tap in. Okay, maybe if you press play. Okay, perfect. Yeah. All right, let's minimize it again then. All right, let's just circle that one, if you don't mind.
This is
And
the
then-
gas can I'm circling.
Okay, and then if we can capture that. And for purposes of the evidence, we'll just like redact or the actual screen, which is not part of the evidentiary photo.
Would you like me to circle where the burn marks are on the door so that people can see you a little better in this image?
Sure. Okay. So we're looking at the left garage bay,
Yes,
and that's where that small fire was.
yes,
And we could kind of see in the photo actually like the char marking from where the little fire was.
yes. There was a fire there. There was another fire that was on top of the vehicle as well that was extinguished when I got there as well.
Okay, let's talk about that one. You did see, you observed the, so if we back up for a second, there's multiple cars in this driveway.
Yes.
Right? And I think there was 3 total?
Yes,
And there's a Jeep that's kind of further back down the driveway.
yes,
But then there's 2 Porsche vehicles closer to the garage.
yes,
And are they parked side by side?
yes,
And one of them had like a big, like a burn mark on the hood, or
Yes.
maybe multiple burn marks.
yes.
So what we printed with the 2 circles would be a S74 D.1.
Okay. I'm going to show the state what I've marked as D1-200, D1-200, D1-201, and D1-203. Judge, may I approach?
Okay.
Sir, I'm approaching you with just a few photographs. Do you recognize what's in these photos?
Yes, that is the vehicle that was parked in the driveway with the burn marks.
Is that, we can see in this is D1-200, there's 2 Porsches parked next to each other,
Yes,
and the Porsche on the right is the one with the burn marks.
yes,
Okay. And this is, would you agree this is the same car in all 3, it's just slightly different angles?
yes,
Okay, and does this accurately depict what you saw, like the burn mark that you saw in the car?
yes, it depicts the burn marks.
Okay. Permission to publish?
Yeah, so it's 200, 201, and what was the last one? Is it 202 or 203?
It's D-1 for all, and then it's -1, 200, 200, 201, and 203.
203, okay.
So this is the first photograph, and can you describe what we're seeing there?
You're
Wait,
seeing,
hold on, which number is this? Is this 200 or is this 201 or 203?
This is D-1-201.
201, okay.
okay, so you're seeing the previous fire damage that was on the vehicle that was extinguished
Okay.
by the burning or char marks.
This is what you observed when you came on scene.
Yes, when I was
Not
over
immediately, but after you spoke to the Caneiros the second time, when it was Sergeant Malone who showed it to you.
there. Yes, that is correct.
And then I'm just going to show a zoom out of that, which is D-1-203. Okay, is that the same vehicle, sir?
Yes, it is.
Just like a little bit more zoomed out?
Correct.
And we can see the second Porsche parked next to it?
Yes, you can.
Okay, and then one last photo is the D-1-200. And this photo, again, just a slightly different angle, but you can see there's like the burn mark on the car. Maybe it extends down a little.
Yes.
Now, these photographs appear to have been taken in daylight. Is that fair?
Yes.
When you were on scene, was it dark out mostly?
Yes.
Okay, and you were on scene from approximately, well, initially it was dark out. You were on scene from 5:04 a.m. until 9:30, is that right?
In that range, yes. I'm not exactly sure if it was give or take a few minutes at the end there, but
Okay,
yes.
let's say approximately 4.5 hours. Fair?
Okay, yes.
Okay, and obviously it wasn't dark that entire time, but maybe it was dark for the first, I don't know, couple hours?
First hour and a half or so before,
Like
like
5.
6:37-ish. Yeah, that's,
Okay, 5 to like 6:30 or 7-ish.
yes. It was dark.
And so there's the gas can, there's the burn marks on the car, there's the fact that there's the garage door was on fire, right? Those three things so far.
Yes.
And it was also, so those three things in and of itself were suspicious. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay. And what was also suspicious is that there's two separate fires on opposite ends of the house, correct?
Correct.
Okay. In other words, like normally, if there's one main fire, you wouldn't expect another fire to be in a totally different area if the fire was organic, so to speak.
Yes.
Okay. And because of the gas can, because of the burn marks on the car and this garage area, not only did there was crime scene tape being set up, but the reason is because it was becoming a crime scene, correct?
Correct.
And that was happening at approximately 25 minutes into you being there, which was approximately 5:30 a.m. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And so within a half hour of you being there, it's turning into a crime scene.
Correct.
And the reason why it's turning into a crime scene is because it appeared the fire was intentionally started.
Correct. That was a possibility.
And so this was, you along with the other officers were starting the investigation at that point.
Yes.
And one of the things that was also done was to maintain a presence in the area once it was taped off.
Yes.
And that means that officers were in the area of the crime scene to make sure that it was not disturbed.
Correct.
And can you just explain the importance of not disturbing the crime scene? Like, why would we not want to do that?
You wouldn't want to move or disturb the crime scene because you want to see how everything fell or laid and how it was when whatever occurred actually occurred.
Okay. And when we saw that video, that it was still dark out, and you circled the gas can, approximately, like, it's still dark out. Approximately how soon into you being there was that? Approximately.
Within probably the first 20 minutes, I think.
That was within the first 20 minutes.
When I first got to the garage, yes.
When you circled that gas can in the photo.
If that was the one with Fire Marshal Flanagan, that was later then.
Oh, that was later.
Yes,
okay.
that was towards the very end of my body camera. That
Okay.
should be like the 45, 50 minute.
45. How about... So it was within the first hour,
Yes.
and it was after the crime scene is starting to be set up.
Yes.
Again, to make sure nothing is disturbed.
Yes.
Okay. And the way that you saw the gas can in that photo, you agree that's what you saw at the time you saw it, right?
Yes.
It's not, wasn't changed, was it?
No.
And, the agencies that ultimately responded to the scene, I think you did talk about it. I'm not sure if you talked about all of them, but just to go through them briefly, there was the Ocean Township Police Department, correct?
Yes.
And there was multiple police officers, right?
Yes.
As well as detectives on scene.
Yes.
And there was also, there was Fire Marshal Flanagan, correct?
Correct.
He was the fire marshal from what, Oakhurst? Or Ocean?
Yes, I don't want to say Oakhurst or Wanamasac. I sometimes get those two confused, which fire companies they respond from.
But he was from a...
From the Ocean Township Fire Department, yes.
Like a township fire department.
Yes.
And since you were there until 9:30 approximately, you were also there when the county fire marshal showed up?
Yes.
Okay. And so there's like, to clarify, there's like a county marshal for a township, and then there's a county fire marshal, which is a broader title.
I'm not sure how they all work, but I know there's different things in them, but I'm nothing with the fire department, so.
Okay. You're also aware that eventually Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office was contacted, correct?
Yes.
And that was when you were still on scene, right?
Yes.
Do you know around what time that was?
I'm not sure what time they were called out exactly now.
Was it like toward the beginning, the end, or the middle
I'd say
when you were there?
It was within probably the first hour and a half hour, because that's when we called in our on-call detectives, we probably would have let major crimes know as well.
Okay. So within the first, we'll say, hour and a half or so.
Yes.
Right? The county prosecutor's office is notified to come on scene, right? At 27 Tilton,
Yes.
Mr. Caneiro's house.
Yes.
And this is, again, because of the investigation that's unfolding and the suspicious fire that could be intentionally set or is likely intentionally set,
Yes.
based on what you knew at that time. And like you just mentioned, there was the major crimes detectives that showed up.
Yes.
And that's a detective who is assigned to a unit in the prosecutor's office that investigates more serious crimes like arsons. Is that fair?
Yes.
Also, there was detectives from the forensic unit. Are you aware of that from the prosecutor's office that arrived?
I'm not sure exactly what units arrived at there. I know the prosecutor's office came out. I don't want to speak on what units actually came.
Okay. Did you see, while you were there, did you see the detectives from the prosecutor's office arrive and process the scene at some point? Were
Yes.
you there for that?
Yes.
Okay, so there are detectives from the prosecutor's office processing the scene while you're still on scene.
Yes.
And the fire departments that responded included, I think you said Wanamasa? Yes?
Yes.
And Oakhurst?
Yes.
And were you aware of any other fire departments or no?
It was a little bit ago. I'd have to look at the sheet, a call-out sheet for who arrived. I wouldn't want to speak on that now.
Okay, no problem. Now, the two times that you spoke to Mr. Caneiro and his family members, is it fair to say they were cooperative with you?
Yes.
Okay. And at some point, as part of the investigation, and the prosecutor asked you about this, you were part of this, you and some other officers went into Mr. Caneiro's garage, and you took a DVR, right?
Yes.
That's a video recording.
Yes.
So there were cameras on the outside of Mr. Caneiro's home or something to that effect. Did you see that?
Yes.
Okay. And that's why you meaning law enforcement wanted to seize the DVR, right?
Correct.
Okay. To see if there was evidence on it, right?
Yes.
And I think you testified on direct that you became aware it was in the garage because another officer spoke to the Caneiros, and then that officer relayed to you where the DVR was located.
Yes.
Okay. So as far as you were aware, again, Mr. Caneiro was being cooperative, right?
Yes.
And the officer that I think you testified in direct that actually retrieved the DVR was Officer Bones.
Yes.
And you were present while he was doing it.
Yes.
You were watching him.
Correct.
And he was on a ladder.
Yes.
And the DVR was located on top of the refrigerator
Yes.
in the back corner of the
Yes.
garage. Now it took a while. When I say a while, I'll be more specific. It took about 7 or 8 minutes for the DVR to be removed. Is that fair?
About, yeah.
And that's because there was a lot of wires and stuff.
Yes.
Is that fair?
Yeah, there was wires, and we were trying to discern which unit was which, because we were looking to see if one was possibly a router or if they both were DVR units.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break for lunch. Doesn't seem like we're going to stop. So you guys are going to go downstairs, give you the minutes to get down there so you have a little bit longer. And I'll have you back up here at 1:30. Please don't discuss this case or do any research. I'll see you back up here at 1:30. Okay, good afternoon. Please be seated. All right. Good to have everyone back. All right, we're back on the record. State of New Jersey versus Paul Caneiro, indictment 19-02-0283. Can I have the appearances of counsel for the record?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Assistant Prosecutor Nicole Wallace, on behalf of the state.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Chris Decker, Assistant Prosecutor for the State.
Good afternoon, Monica Mastalone on behalf of Mr. Paul Caneiro, Mr. President, to my left.
Good afternoon, Judge Andy Murray, Mr. Caneiro.
Okay, and good afternoon, Mr. Caneiro. All right, we will, no we won't. Can you come back up, sir? Hello, sir.
Hello.
Sir, you're still under oath,
Yes.
and we'll continue with the cross-examination, Ms. Mastalone, whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Judge. So, we were talking about, just to recap, some of the suspicious things that, were on scene, correct?
Yes.
When we talked about the gas can, that was found right in front of the garage area, correct?
Yes.
We saw a photo of that?
Yes.
Or a still shot from the video?
Yes.
And we talked about the burn marks on the car. We saw photos of those.
Correct.
We talked about how there's two different fires in opposite sides of the house.
Yes.
And we talked about how, in addition to there being like the burn mark on the hood and the fire char marks that had been extinguished, was there like some gasoline on the ground or something?
There was some gasoline splatter you could see on the car as well.
Okay.
What appeared to be gasoline splatter.
Okay. And so, did it appear that, in fact, you had looked at it and you said, it looks like they threw gas on it,
Yes.
right? And when you say they, you mean whoever did this,
Correct.
right? You noticed the gas splatter specifically,
Yes.
and you say to Officer Redmond at one point, you can see the gas marks, see where they threw the gas,
Yes.
right? Okay. And then we talked a little bit about how there was a search or there was a DVR system in Mr. Caneiro's garage, right?
Yes.
And you and some other officers went into the garage to retrieve it,
Yes.
to see if it had any relevant evidence on it.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, the basis of you knowing it was there is that another officer spoke to Mr. Caneiro and his daughter, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you were never told, like, you can't get it, right? You just...
Correct.
So I'm going to show you a video of, this is from your body-worn camera, and it's just it's a few portions of the search. I previously spoke to the state. There's no objection? No objection. We're going to turn it off, make sure it's recording. And we're going to start at, so this is, for the record, the body-worn camera file ending 734. We can, if we want to burn the clips onto a disc later, we can do that, Judge, if that works.
What's it marked as?
We'll mark it as D1. D71. And we'll do, it's going to be D71, this will be A. So to 32. So we're going to start at the timestamp 32. That's good. That's fine. 31:56. And okay, so we're at 31:56. Before we start it, just to orient ourselves, our Officer Marino, this is Mr. Caneiro's garage, correct?
Correct.
And we see one of the Porsches in front of the garage.
Yes.
And this is the left bay garage door, right?
Yes.
And you were about to enter into the garage, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll press play. Can we pause it just for a second? So we see the timestamp is like 32 minutes, right?
Yes.
And you indicated that you had turned your body-worn camera on when you arrived on scene at approximately 5:06.
Correct.
So when we see the timestamp of 30, because the video itself doesn't have like a date or a time on it, right?
Correct.
But we can surmise that because of the timestamp and because of the when you turned it on, we're about 32 minutes into you being there, right? Which is cool. It's we're approaching about 5:40 a.m., right?
Correct.
Okay. So then. All right, I'm going to pause it here and just, can you identify on the screen, do you see there's like a refrigerator and a freezer?
Yes.
Okay, do you want to just, sure.
The refrigerator?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, just so that the jury knows what we're talking about. So that right there is the refrigerator, and the DVR system, you were informed, is on top of that, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Did you get it? Is it captured? All right, do you just mind hitting undo? Perfect, all right, let's keep going. All right, I'm gonna pause it. We're at, what's our time?
D71.1.
Okay, we're at 32:18. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Is it fair to say, Miss Officer Marino, I'm sorry, is it fair to say that for the next few minutes, you and the other officers are kind of like walking around the garage and just, there's a ladder on the wall, right?
Yes.
And because the DVR is on top of the refrigerator, the ladder was removed so that Officer Bones could reach on top of the refrigerator? Do you recall that? Okay. All right, so we're going to fast forward to 35 minutes. All right, so we're at 35:05. Okay, can we pause it for a second? Okay. Now this is are you reaching up there initially? Is that you? Your hand?
Yes.
Okay. And can we see now, it was the light on the garage, there was originally a light on in the garage, right?
Yes.
But then it gets dark, correct? Yes? And is that because the power got cut off at some point while the firemen were working or something?
I believe they shut the power for the house.
Okay. So it's now, just to clarify, we're only a few minutes later, but the power is off in the garage, right? And, oh, sorry. So see where that blue cord is hanging down?
Yes.
Is that the top of the refrigerator?
I believe that might be next to the refrigerator.
That's next to the refrigerator? Okay.
No, that is the refrigerator.
That is the refrigerator.
Yep.
We can see, because you're directing your flashlight to the top of the
Yes.
refrigerator, which is where the DVR is,
Yep.
right? I'm going to fast forward again to 37 minutes. We're at 36:57. Now, it's a little blurry at the moment, but we just had the occasion to see on the left hand of the screen, is that Officer Bones?
Yes.
And we can see he's he standing on a ladder? Maybe it's a different ladder. He's standing on a ladder,
Yes.
and he's like leaning over the refrigerator, trying to figure out which item is the DVR.
That and the wires too, because there's a bunch of wires. We had to make sure we got the correct wires for the power.
Okay, you wanted to make sure that when you got back to the police station with the DVR system, you had the correct wire to plug it in.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Good. Did you see what Officer Bones just picked up there? Did it look like a power strip?
If you want to rewind it, I can try to look a little closer.
Just like.
I can't tell from that if it's a power strip or not.
Keep going.
Looks like maybe he's trying to hold a wire, but
Right there, what he
Yes.
grabs right there. It's in his hand. Does
that may be a
look like?
power strip, from what it appears to be.
What about, do you remember whether it was a power strip?
No.
Were you paying any close attention as far as like what things were plugged into and where?
I was letting him handle it. I was kind of watching him, making sure he wasn't going to fall or anything.
Okay. There's no like outlets at the top of the wall there, right? That you can see?
That I'm aware of. I did not look for them.
Okay. Well, you did say there's a lot of wires, right?
Well, a lot of wires that I had to take back to the car, a handful of wires at one point when we were watching the other body camera I spoke of.
The wires are from like there's a lot of wires on top of the refrigerator. Is that
Yeah.
what you're saying?
Well, it appears that way right here, but I'm only speaking with the wires I had in my hand. I don't know if there was 10 wires or 20 wires back there, so
Okay.
I don't know.
There's at least a few. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. And so do you know whether the outlets are like where they are specifically? Are they
No.
behind the fridge,
I
above
don't
the
know.
Okay, you don't know. And you didn't take note of that, right? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna maybe this is good. No, let's fast forward. So I'm going to stop it at 37:32, and I'm going to fast forward to 38 minutes. Let's go 37:59. Who is that officer?
That's Redmond.
That's Redmond.
Patrolman Redmond.
Okay, and in his hand, does he have the DVRs that were recovered, or?
Yes.
Okay, and now you're focusing on the wires at this point? Is that what's happening?
Yes. I believe he's getting the wires and coming down at this point, and we have one wire already.
And again, it's fair to say that this was like taking a little bit of time because there was a lot of trying to figure out what's what.
Yes.
What wire is what system is what belongs to what.
Yes.
We just kind of saw, I think that it was in your hands, there was like a few different cords.
Yes.
And at this point, I think you and Officer Redmond are having a discussion about trying to figure out what wires potentially go to what ports in the system. All right, we're going to fast forward one more time to 38:30. Okay, 38:31. And we see Officer Bones, again, working on some wires, possibly a power strip.
Yep.
Okay. Is that Sergeant Malone?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So, At this point, you've retrieved the DVR,
Yes.
right? And I think, again, from that last clip, would you agree with me that you can see that there's like a bunch of wires on top of the refrigerator, or
Yes.
freezer refrigerator? And you didn't, again, you didn't take note, all of those wires, you have no idea what was plugged into the wall versus a power strip versus anything else.
Correct.
And, can we fast forward 30 seconds? Now, I think we saw this in the state's exhibit. I'm just going to play it again. This is you now walking to your car, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I think you testified earlier, this is Chris Sorrentino, right?
Yes.
Okay. And is this, I know this is a blurry image, but he's not wearing like a baseball hat, is he?
Not that I see in this one.
Okay. And as an officer, it's not part of your uniform to wear a baseball cap, is it?
Only if we're wearing Class B uniforms.
And that's like if you're in street crimes?
Or if you're doing a road job or something like that. Or
Like
inclement
undercover?
weather. Inclement weather or something like that.
Inclement
It shows OTPD on it, it has a patch.
Okay. Here, we've seen a lot of body-worn camera footage. You're not wearing a baseball cap, right?
No, not in
None
this
of the
uniform.
first responding officers were wearing baseball caps, right?
No.
Okay. And again, you can see he's not wearing a hat, right?
Yeah.
Is that where you had a conversation with another officer?
Yes.
And which officer is that?
That's Patrolman Bernhard.
That's Bernhard, okay. And, after you speak to Patrolman Bernhard, that's when you put the DVR in your vehicle,
Yes.
correct? Now, I think we're done. We can take off the video. So, the purpose of again, removing the DVR and taking it was to look at it and see if there's any evidence on it, right?
Correct.
Okay, did you ever ask Mr. Caneiro or his wife or any of the residents of the home whether they had access to footage on their phones so that it could be looked at sooner?
I did not.
And the gas can that was in the in front of the garage. Did you ever say to Mr. Caneiro or his wife or any of the family members, hey, can I take you over here and can you look at this and tell me if this is your gas can or not your gas can, or if you've seen this before?
No.
Okay. Ultimately, for the time you were on scene, which was 4.5 hours, did you have any involvement with this case after that?
No.
Okay, so you were on scene for about 4.5 hours, like approximately 5-ish to 9:30-ish, and that was it. Then you were done.
Yes, I went and wrote my report for the fire investigation. That was it.
Okay, and prior to you leaving, you had a conversation at one point we saw with Fire Marshal Flanagan.
Yes.
Were you relaying the suspiciousness to him after he arrived on scene, like you were telling him about the gas can in the car and the things?
Yes, that's when I walked up. That was all getting explained to him. Yes.
You had him at the like the area of the garage, right?
Yes.
And he was informed that it was a crime scene,
Yes.
right? Okay. And was he informed that like detectives were coming and the prosecutor's office was coming, or not yet?
I'm not sure if we told him at this point.
You don't recall?
Yeah, I don't
That's
recall.
okay. All right. But it was made clear pretty early. I think Fire Marshal Flanagan got there approximately 5:30. Is that, I don't know, does that sound right?
The first time I see him is when we get to that garage scene where he's speaking.
And that was, do we have the
That's
times?
when I returned back from dropping off the DVRs in the vehicle.
And that's within the time frame of your body-worn camera,
So
so we
within
know
50
it's
minutes.
we know it's within the first 45, 50 minutes or so.
Yes.
And at one point, you're having a conversation with Officers Redmonds and Bones, and you said, "I think it's messy." Do you recall saying that?
No, I'd have to see that in the transcript.
Sure.
please.
Okay, so I'm going to approach the witness with what's been marked for identification as D105. It is the transcript of body-worn camera ending in 3926 for Sergeant Malone. So I'm going to hand you this transcript. Now this isn't your body-worn camera, but it's a transcript of Sergeant Malone's, and I'm just using it to refresh your memory, okay? And you'll see there's a legend on the front.
Yes.
And do you see DM stands for David Marino?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you to just flip to the last page. And just read, it's a half page. Just read that, and when you're done, let me know.
You want me to read who's saying what?
Oh,
The
not out
numbers?
loud, just to yourself.
Okay. Okay, I see that, yes.
Okay. So having read that, do you recall that you, Officer Bones, that's JB, and DM is you and KR is Redmond, correct?
Yes.
So the three of you, and then there's another officer unidentified, you're having a conversation about the circumstances of the fire, correct?
Well, right above that, we were talking about, because the Bones said something along the lines of,
Objection.
Yeah, I'm not trying to elicit
Yeah, I'm
what
trying to-
specifically.
Right, can I hear the
people said.
objection?
It's hearsay. He's about to read what Bones said.
Sustained.
Okay, yes, sir. I just wanted to see if this refreshed your memory as to just a more broad conversation about the fire.
it was broader because I'm also a few lines up talking about a TV show or something.
Okay.
So I don't know if that was pertinent to this right here, or if it was something else, because then it also is, where you can see other things are being spoken about right there.
Okay, well, I'm going to direct your attention to what Officer Bones says here. Just read this one line.
Okay.
Okay? He's talking about the house, correct?
Judge, I could object to the hearsay.
Sustained.
The subject of the conversation is the house fire. Is that fair to say?
I'm not sure.
It's still
It says house
hearsay,
phone.
sustained. You're asking him what it says on there. It's sustained.
What is the topic of the conversation that you're having with the other officers?
Objection, Judge.
Still sustained.
Okay. In referencing the fire, you say, I think it's messy.
Again, I don't know if I was speaking about the fire or if I was talking about a TV show that I was talking about 4 lines above this. I'm not sure if I was referring to that or if I was speaking to one of these other officers or if I was speaking directly to Bones. I do
Okay,
not
so
recall
you're
at that
saying
point.
you're unsure because a few lines above, you're mentioning a TV show, and then 2 lines later, Officer Bones mentioned something else, and you're not sure. I didn't say what the something else was.
We just talk to me. We don't comment to each other. I have made it clear that anything that Officer Bones may be talking about and or the topic and or insinuating the topic is hearsay. So therefore, I'm going to sustain the objection.
Okay. Sir, when you said it's messy, you're not sure today what you meant then, correct?
Correct.
Okay. But you did know, and you do agree that at this point in time, and when I say at this point in time, I mean while you're on scene, right, you had made several comments about the suspicious nature of the fire, correct?
Yes.
And we went through them before. We don't need to go through them again.
Correct.
But you did make several remarks to other officers about how it was suspicious, right?
Correct.
And what that means is that it was suspected that the fire was intentionally lit, right?
Yes, that
And
is
that's
one
why the
possibility.
Oops, sorry.
Yes, that is one of the possibilities. That's why we put this scene up and we made sure we kept it secure.
Which was at approximately 5:30 a.m., right?
Yes.
I don't have any other questions. Thank you.
Redirect. All right, you can step down, sir. Thank you. State and call the next witness.
I'll give you your transcript back.
Thank you. Have a good day.